Welcome to GotchaCards, a rock, scissors, paper card game. The object of the game is to win by having more cards in your victory pile than your opponent. To earn cards for your victory pile, your cards must defeat your opponent's cards. You might already be familiar with rock, paper, scissors, but just to make it clear for the context of the game, rock defeats scissors, scissors defeats paper, and paper defeats rock. If your card defeats your opponent's card, place both cards in your victory pile. If both cards tie, place both cards face up in the trash pile. If your card is placed on an empty lane, take your single card and put it in your victory pile. This also counts as a win. While you're still learning the game, we recommend taking out the advanced cards. The indicator for advanced cards is this black pip in the bottom right corner of the card. For now, set them to the side and we'll move forward with the starter set. These are the cards in the starter set. Basic cards, Draw 1 cards, Mighty cards, Super cards, and the Gotcha card. The basic cards are your regular rock, scissors, and paper cards. The Draw 1 cards let you draw one card from the top of the deck into your hand if it wins. The Mighty cards are cards that can also defeat cards that they normally lose to. It's a rock that can also defeat paper, a scissors that can also defeat rock, and a paper that can also defeat scissors. These are the super cards. Super paper's ability is that it can defeat any other card. Super Scissors allows its player to destroy one other card on the field. Afterwards, it resolves like a basic scissors. The only time Super Scissors can't cut is if Super Rock is anywhere on the field. So even if you've played it and it's on your side, Super Scissors can't cut. Super Rock's ability is that it stays on the field for one additional turn after it's been played. So whether it wins or loses on the turn that it's played, it stays right where it is. When resolving its lane, the Gotcha card is placed in the trash, and its player must play a card out of hand in its place. If the player has no remaining cards in hand, a card is taken off of the top of the deck and then played. If you want a closer look at all the cards, you can use this cheat sheet included with the game, or visit the cards section of our website for a more thorough breakdown. Shuffle the deck, then determine turn order however you like, though we recommend the classic rock, scissors, paper method. Be sure to agree on if you're using rock, scissors, paper, or rock, scissors, paper, shoot. Player 1 begins by drawing 9 cards from the deck. Select one to keep in your hand. Be sure to keep your hand secret. Player 1 then places the other 8 cards face up. Now, both players will take turns drafting. Starting with Player 2, take turns drawing cards into your hands until Player 1 has 5 cards in hand and Player 2 has 4 cards in hand. For clarity, we're keeping all cards face up in this example. Player 2 then draws a card from the top of the deck, completing their hand of 5 cards. A round of Gotcha cards is made up of 3 turns. Each turn opens with a player placing a number of cards face down from their hand, outwards from the deck. Then, the other player responds by placing as many as they like in the same manner. Each player must play at least one card. If a turn begins and a player does not have at least one card on the field or in hand, that player loses the round. If both players run out of cards at the beginning of the same turn, the round is evaluated based on the current number of points in each player's victory pile. All remaining cards in hand must be played on turn 3. On turn 1, Player 1 opens and Player 2 responds. On turn 2, Player 2 opens and Player 1 responds. On turn 3, both players place their cards at the same time. After all cards for the turn have been placed, both players reveal all their cards. Any priority effects, like Super Scissors, are resolved. Then each lane is evaluated in order from the deck outwards. For turn 1 and turn 2, the card effects of the player who opened activate first. For turn 3, Player 1's effects activate first. After a round ends, each player counts up all the points in their victory pile. Whichever player has the most points wins the round. Place all cards from the victory piles into the trash pile. If the round ends in a tie, players must do an overtime round. Use rock, scissors, paper to determine which player is player 1. Starting with player 1, each player draws 2 cards and plays them face down in whatever order they like. Flip the cards over, then evaluate. If an overtime round still results in a tie, repeat the process and increase the number of cards drawn by 1 until there is a clear winner. The player that lost the round decides whether they'll be player 1 or player 2 for the next round. Continue play until one player has won 2 rounds and is ultimately declared the victor. Okay, let's walk through an example game. For this example, my side of the table will be player 1. I'll start by drawing 9 cards. I'll pick one from the 9 and keep it in my hand. Then place the rest of the cards face up. Now we begin drafting. Let's have player 2 take draw 1 paper. I'll take draw 1 scissors. Player 2 will take draw 1 rock. I'll take draw 1 rock. Player 2 will take basic rock. I'll take basic scissors. Player 2 takes basic scissors. I'll take basic paper. So now I've got 5 cards, and player 2 has 4 cards. Player 2 draws the 5th card from the top of the deck. For this example, I'm going to flip player 2's cards over, and we'll shuffle it up a little bit, so they don't know exactly what's coming. Since I'm player 1, on turn 1, I'll place a card down. I'll rotate my hand so you can more clearly see which cards I have. I'll start by placing 1 card face down, and that's all the cards I'm going to place. Knowing that I've only got 1 down, let's have player 2 place 2 cards. Now that both players have placed cards, let's reveal all the cards. My paper ties with player 2's paper, so both cards are placed in the trash. Player 2's rock wins unopposed, so that card wins, and player 2 gets to draw a card from the top of the deck. Now we begin turn 2. Let's have player 2 place 2 cards. I'll respond by placing 1, 2, 3 cards. Both players have placed their cards, so let's reveal all the cards. Mighty Rock defeats Basic Scissors, so player 2 takes both cards into their victory pile. Mighty Scissors defeats Basic Rock, so I'll take both cards into my victory pile. Draw 1 Scissors wins unopposed, so it wins, and I draw 1 card into my hand. Be sure to keep your hand and victory pile separate, so that you don't accidentally place your victory pile cards into your hand. Now we're entering turn 3. All players must place all remaining cards onto the field. Player 2 places their cards onto the field. I'll put this card here, and this card here. Now that all cards have been placed, let's reveal. Let's evaluate. Draw 1 rock beats Basic Scissors. I'll take both cards into my victory pile, and then draw 1 card into my hand. When evaluating Gotcha, we take the card and place it into the trash. Then I have to play 1 card out of hand. Player 2's draw 1 paper defeats my basic rock. Player 2 takes both cards into their victory pile and draws 1 card into their hand. Any cards still in hand at the end of turn 3 get placed in the player's victory pile. Now we count up the points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 points. Player 2 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Since player 2 has more points than me, player 2 is the winner of the round. Take all cards from the victory piles and place them into the trash. Whichever player lost gets to choose whether they go first or second, then you continue playing through the rest of the deck until one player has won 2 rounds. That player is the winner. Let's gotcha!